What's going on? Change of scenery. I want to test this out. Texas Movement, I think, is ready to take 2026 pretty seriously, and we're always only going to plan to scale at the level that our liquidity and revenue allowed. Naturally, when you go through seismic event after seismic event in society, you have to start analyzing your own patterns and the patterns of your external circumstances. So that's what we've been trying to do from a company standpoint since COVID, really. Texas Movement started as a consulting business for elite athletes and executives back in 2015. We started it in the Highland Park neighborhood of Dallas, Texas, which is a very high net worth area. And we did notice a little bit of success with the executive crowd as well as the professional Olympian athlete crowd. Naturally, there are glass ceilings associated with both of those demographics, partially because of social stigmas that are in existence well before I was born, and also because of external corporate relationships that Texas Movement Consulting at the time would have possibly conflicted with, causing a decrease in market share for certain other entities. So we did our best to navigate that through whatever respectful legal channels were available. And then COVID happened, which created a kind of once in a generation shutdown of small businesses, and even Texas wasn't able to protect us from those consequences. But we kind of maneuvered through a mobile training, and by the grace of God and our donors to keep the business afloat. And we realized that in-person clientele would not be sustainable in an increasingly digital age when in-person sessions can be canceled externally despite local government objections. So each state handled COVID differently, and we see which states made the right decisions and which states made the wrong decisions as far as what they were going to rely upon with regards to the scientific knowledge of the expertise of the time, and also the decisions on local economics. So now Texas Movement is Texas Movement International. So we've adopted a more holistic view of who we can serve as far as our audience. As of today, we've decided to kind of split the organization into three primary entities: media, apparel, and consulting. Now, apparel is relatively new. It started in May of 2023, and we were planning on scaling it a little further. But unfortunately, we had people close to the leadership that could not continue on the mission with us, so we had to make adjustments there. But now, Hero by Texas Movement is our primary apparel wing, and the Hero Olympus competition series is how we are going to outfit our professional track athletes, track and field being our flagship sport. So we have our running shoes, which are the Praxis model. We have a 2025 model here that you may see in our social media feeds during training montages, as well as several colorways of the Praxis from this generation and previous. We have our Vigilante, which is our high top sneaker, which can also be used for powerlifting, very similar to the Converse style of sneaker. And we have our Greenhorn and Invictus, which are made by our print-on-demand suppliers, and also our slides, and that's our first generation of footwear. We were blessed to have a partnership with AliveShoes.com, where we have access to quite a few more templates. And so you've seen pretty much our top 8 templates on hero.texasmovement.com, which is our new website. And so you can make your orders there. Because of our relationship with that supplier, the pre-orders must be completed. Either 3 or 7 pre-orders must be completed per model in order for that to go into mass production. So for those of you that consider yourselves at the as the tip of the spear with regards to sneaker culture, if you'd be willing to take a chance on an upstart company, I think we can match your enthusiasm with continued output if you're willing to support us. That being said, all of our pieces have a little bit of purpose attached to them, so even if you choose not to support us financially, the message will still get across, and that's why we're so particular about being consistent with our social media presence. And we believe that our oppressors, aka competition, recognize that as well, which is why several of our social media accounts have been deleted in the past. Speaking of consulting, apparel, and media, we've had several Texas Movement media channels in the past that have been deleted because of our desire to preserve American First Amendment freedom of speech. Many of you probably already know this, but the majority of mainstream media is owned by 6 large corporations. And so when you have corporations that have tons of subsidiaries that are owning all of the things that we see on YouTube and television, that means we get very, very limited messaging based off of whoever's leading those organizations at the time. So Texas Movement International is an LLC that is acting as an organization, and our media component, Texas Movement Media, has a YouTube presence, it has an Instagram presence, it has a TikTok presence, and we have a Pro Talks interview series where we have interviewed professional athletes. That was started during COVID, and we'd like to continue that. A similar version has been picked up by the Adidas athlete Noah Lyles called Sprint Talks, and that's a very nice series that outlines some of the more minutiae in the track and field world. So congratulations to Noah Lyles for Sprint Talks. As I said, YouTube is our primary base of operations when it comes to media, but we would like to continue growing our social media presence. At the moment, we are tweaking media.texasmovement.com. We also have our leadership devotional series there. That has a little bit of a spiritual element to it. Texas Movement International is not going to be a spiritual company. It's not going to be a company that is a 501c3 acting as a corporation. We are going to focus on product effectiveness and first principles, and there's not going to be any doctrine or dogma that impacts the way we execute. Okay? We believe that dogma or doctrinal thinking is for the individual, and the individual executes that dogma according to their unique gift set and skill set. And so as the current leading steward of Texas Movement International, I believe that creating the most scalable structure with the most strong foundational moat is my responsibility. And so that's how I've chosen to execute my quote-unquote doctrine or dogma. That being said, we have apparel, we have media, and finally we have consulting. Now, consulting has taken on a few different sides as far as what it covers. As I mentioned before, it started as a performance element, focusing on breaking through physical plateaus for those that were in athletics or people coming back from injury. As we know here in the blue state of Illinois, everybody exists on a spectrum, whether it is their gender spectrum, their sexuality spectrum, their intellectual spectrum, their racial spectrum, their spiritual spectrum, and we also have a physical spectrum. So just like the movie Unbreakable, we had Mr. Glass, and we also had Bruce Willis's character, who was the unbreakable character, right? So Mr. Glass, Samuel L. Jackson's character, decided that if there was somebody as weak as him that gets broken every time he walks outside to go to the grocery store, play in the park, and if he could get injured doing something that simple, then by logic there must be the opposite side as well, his opposite. And he felt compelled to find that opposite. In the same way, for those that are bedridden or struggling with physiological injury due to muscular issues of any kind, postural issues, Texas Movement sought to find the formula that could illustrate the entirety of the spectrum, not the siloed versions that physical therapy or athletic performance or elite performance was giving us at the time. And so that required the compilation of many resources. Thankfully, there was somebody in Maine by the name of Tom Myers that did some good work on cadavers, studying fascial lines and outlining that in a book called Anatomy Trains. And he was mentored by Ida Rolf, which is the founder of the Rolfing discipline, which is a very heavy, deep tissue modality when it comes to recovery with regards to massage therapy. So many massage therapists use that modality. But we prefer the description of Tom Myers' fascial lines as context for how Texas Movement executes its spectrum education, let's call it that. And the basics of this are outlined in middle school format in the Elite Secret course, which is available at performance.texasmovement.com. So as you can see, we've tried to make Texas Movement a more holistic digital landscape for all ages because we're becoming increasingly individual as a society, most of us getting information directly from our phones. And so I just wanted to update you on kind of what we're doing as we go into 2026. We're well into Q4 now, so we did kind of a quarterly wrap up of Q3, and we were wrapping up some consulting partnerships at that time. And we're going to go forward being very, very careful about who we partner with in the future. So with regards to media, the main point we want to make here is that Texas Movement Media is going to be the world leader in anti-Semitic media. We are not going to negotiate about this. We are going to be diametrically opposed to any Jewish-based media platform. We believe that the Jewish media has exploited the United States of America, both in its political system, in its economic system, in the banking system, and of course in the media and entertainment spheres as well. Whether that is news, whether that is Hollywood, whether that is professional sports, we believe the time has come to make an absolute clean break. In the same way that they say we should decouple from China and Russia, I believe that America and all entrepreneurs that are truly America first should decouple from all Jewish financial interests. We will take the hit on our production, our level of production. As you can see here, there's no elaborate microphone setup. We have very outdated technology, and we are living by the skin of our teeth financially, both personally and as a company. But we believe this is the appropriate sacrifice to make if Texas Movement is to be recognized as a truly America First organization, which is my intention. So I don't believe there's any further elaboration needed upon that. You know where I stand on it. You know where Texas Movement stands on it. If you do not have the courage to stand with us, please stay out of our way. And do not ask for courage credits from us. My sacrifice has been real. My brother's sacrifice has been real. My father and mother's sacrifice for this country and for mediocre supervisors has been real. And we will not be exploited or extorted anymore. And as long as God gives me resources, I will share that message with the world, however long my life lasts. And we are very well aware of your escalation threats once people choose to stand on their own 2 feet. But we do not worship you, nor do we serve you. This country was built so that people could have religious freedom, not sign up for new slavery, regardless of what your 3/5 Constitution wrote at the time. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And if the only way you can make a living is by corruption, you don't need to be a part of what we have going on in the future. So Gen Z and Gen Alpha, please walk with your heads held high. We will continue to develop affiliate programs so that you can earn with us if you have the courage. But we will need support to get some of these things off the ground. You decide in your heart what is right for you to support us with, whether that's your time, your effort, your reposts, or your finances. We do not have any pressure that we want to put on you. But we do have a Venmo, Texas Movement. We do have a Cashapp, Texas Movement. And we will do our best to link in all of our socials. But when you want to pay for something, you find it. So find us, and we will find you from a purpose standpoint, and we will do our best to serve you as long as God gives us a vehicle to do so. Thank you again for your time. Sorry if I've taken too much of it, but I always want to keep you in the loop with what we're doing, because I recognize that sometimes our delivery can be a bit unorthodox. However, we believe that if it gets the right people's attention and spurs the right kind of action, it's well worth the embarrassment, even in the temporary moment. So we thank you again for your time. This is Alexander Mathai from Texas Movement International signing off, and we will see you next time.